Hi guys, it's Margaret Force coming back at you with another little message. Today I wanted to tell you that it is okay to fuck up. I know I've talked about making mistakes before. After all, it does describe the majority of my life. How can I not talk about it? But this time I wanted to focus on something I noticed in a TV show I watched recently, Little Fires Everywhere. For those who haven't seen the show, first of all, I highly recommend it. Secondly, one of the main characters is this really controlling woman who is insistent on living the perfect little life and being the perfect writer, mother, wife, and overall person. It is because of her obsession with being perfect that she's not able to own up to any of her mistakes or even remotely take responsibility for messing up, no matter how small her mistake is. This is a huge problem throughout the series, given her problematic behavior and refusal to work on any of it, because every time someone approaches her about it, all she can say is, I am a good person. I am a good person. But what she didn't realize is that it wasn't her mistakes that ended up making her the villain in the end. It was her refusal to live up to them. The same goes for people in everyday life. Screwing up is never a fun thing to do. It often makes us feel self-conscious and stupid, which are two emotions that some people will spend their entire life trying to avoid. But the vulnerability and shame that comes with accepting our mistakes is exactly what makes us human and what allows us to grow. Pushing past it like it never happened only reinforces poor thoughts and behavior that can be harmful to others or even ourselves. It is only when we acknowledge what we could have done better that we are able to look back and reflect, giving us a chance to become the best version of us that we can possibly be. I, by nature, am a very defensive person. I have trouble saying the words, I'm sorry, I will do better next time, especially in situations I know aren't my fault or I didn't cause. For example, the other day my boss got mad at me because my coworker didn't put something away, and she said to me, you need to put this away next time. But instead of just saying, yes, I understand, it won't happen again, I had to go and say, that wasn't me. I didn't do that, even though I probably would have if I had been given the directions to put it away. Now, if it was vital for her to know that it wasn't me who did it, I think it would have been okay for me to acknowledge her directions and then politely inform her that it wasn't me who did it. However, not only was she probably going to tell my coworker the exact same thing anyways, even if I didn't tell her it wasn't me, but it also wasn't like my career was on the line. This woman has been running this restaurant for quite some time, and she likes things done a certain way. Knowing this, I should have just kept my mouth shut, but I didn't, and I ended up feeling dismissive of her directions because of it. I think the reason I'm so defensive when it comes to things like this, especially scenarios involving superiors, is because I have a constant need to be perfect. I have this obsession with not only achieving expectations, but overachieving them as well. Could this come from my childhood? Yes, that's definitely a valid possibility, but I don't have the mental stability to dive into that right now. All you need to know is that a lot of the time, I base my value as a human being off my mistakes or my ability to execute tasks in my life with ease and perfection. I get defensive when people tell me I'm wrong or they point out a mistake I made because in my mind, that means I'm not perfect. And not being perfect means not being a good and valued human being capable of change. Saying that out loud, I kind of realize how stupid it sounds. How does not being perfect make me any less of a person? If anything, it makes me more of a person because people make mistakes all the damn time. No creature is perfect, no matter how hard we try. So why do I keep trying to attain the impossible? I think outdoing others is my way of feeling valued. In school, the only thing I had was my creativity. Everyone else had better grades, better friends, better talents. The only thing that made me feel secure in my own skin, especially as time went on, was the knowledge that if nothing else, I was creative as all hell. So when people managed to come up with better ideas or pitch something to me that I hadn't thought of before, instead of being excited that I got to be involved with such bright minds, I get really insecure. I feel like a failure, like I should have been one step ahead of them. Like, life is a race all of the freaking time, and that is no way to live life. And in fact, it makes me feel miserable just thinking about it. I think, like the character I mentioned, that letting go is going to be a process for me. Overcoming ideals and mindsets is a hard thing to do, something that takes practice and lots of conscious effort. But for now, I just want to say this. Don't deny the fact that you're human. Don't try to convince people you're perfect, because you're not. You're human, and that's a great thing. Being a person is what allows you to relate to other people, to influence their lives and make a positive impact on all the horrible things going on in this world. Being human is who we are, and the sooner we accept that, the sooner we go on to embrace who we truly are. And it is in this way that we do the things we'd like to do and become the people we'd like to be. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Be afraid of not being willing to accept them as a part of you. I love you, and remember, perfect is so fucking overrated. See you soon, lovelies.